Welcome back to Success with Steven. My name is Steven Smith. We talk about personal finance, financial literacy, repairing credit, business credit, leveraging capital on this channel. And today, as promised, I'm going to be talking about the Sam's Club Business MasterCard. Now, a majority of the videos that I've been talking about business credit cards, I've made it a point to always talk about a personal guarantee and the importance of having good personal credit in order to qualify for these credit cards. This is the one credit card that I can say does not require a personal guarantee. You can get a $20,000 credit line, all based off of your business, your EIN. And I've had this card on, I want to say, 3 different occasions. The first business that I had, I was repairing credit while I was starting my new business. This card was the most reliable thing that I had at that time because I couldn't get any personal credit cards. When I first got this card, I was approved after 4 months of attempting to be approved. And back then you had to print out the document and you had to go down to Sam's Club and you have to apply. And if you were denied, you have to wait 30 days, come back. I would read the letter. The letter would tell me what I did wrong and I would come back and do it again. And when I was approved, I was initially approved for $8,000 and that was with the store card. So, excuse me, if you're not initially approved for this card, for the MasterCard, just know that you could be approved for the store card. The store card can be used at any Sam's Club. It can be used at any Walmart, as well as samsclub.com and walmart.com. So when I was starting Amazon FBA and I started making, money, this card really helped because I was able to find things to purchase from walmart.com, some things in Sam's Club, and I was able to resell them. So you just got to get creative. So just know, even if you don't get the MasterCard, there's plenty of ways that you can use this card in order to create income. If you want to start a car cleaning service, you could buy the equipment on the Sam's Club store card or MasterCard. Of course, for the store card, they have vending machines. You want to start a vending machine business. It's on Sam's Club. It's on Walmart. So you just have to get creative with what you're going to do with this card. But again, this card really, really came in handy. Even though a lot of the other credit cards or store cards, that you can get when you have business credit, you got to get creative. If you have a card with Home Depot, Floor and Decor, if you have a card with Best Buy, what have you, you can get creative and figure out what you can do. You don't always need cash or just a credit card in general to make things happen. Get creative. And that's what I did with this card. And this is going to be the most, to me, comprehensive step-by-step guide. I watched so many YouTube videos on this card trying to figure out how to get it. And some of them were good. Some of them were just restating the same information. But not only will I tell you about this card, I'm going to show you step by step how you can qualify for this card without having to take 4 months to get it. I'm going to tell you everything that I did wrong, everything that I did right. I'm going to tell you the total of what it's going to cost you to get this card because I don't want you to waste your time. I want to provide this information so you could get this card as soon as possible, so you can get your credit limit increases, so that you can do whatever you need to do for your business, even if you don't have perfect credit at this time. I know you're working on it. You're going to get there. In the meantime, we do have options. So this is one of those options that I definitely want to go into great detail about. All right, so let's get started. Now, the number one most important thing when it comes to getting the Sam's Club Business MasterCard is your business needs to be structured. Okay, I have 2 videos that are really good that talk about how to start a business, and another one that shows you how to build business credit within 30 days. Okay. I'll probably link the videos here, or they'll be at the end of this video. It's 2 videos if you want an in-depth review about that. They're fairly long, and this one will probably be fairly long too. So I'm not going to reiterate much of that, but I'm just going to go over this. You need to start a business, structure it properly. First, when you're starting a business, you have to obtain your EIN through irs.gov. Your EIN is free. You never have to pay for it. You want to obtain a professional business address. Now, I'm going to go over these things step by step for you, just so you have an idea of what's going on. So the first thing I'm going to go over for you very briefly is Alliance Virtual Office. Now, I have another video where I tell you every virtual office for a business that you could get and every virtual mailbox. And the difference between a virtual office and a virtual mailbox. You can go back and watch that video if you would like. If I had to pick one, I would pick Alliance Virtual Office, because usually they have theirs in a business center, or iPostal One. You could do one or the other. iPostal One being the least expensive. Alliance Virtual Office is right there in the middle for me. I would say if you want a actual office in a business center to show up for your business address, this is a great one. And I'm just going to quickly go over what that looks like as far as pricing. In the end, I'm going to give you a total of how much everything will cost, because to structure your business properly, to get this card, it will cost some money, but I'll give you a general idea of what you're looking at in terms of getting qualified for the Sam's Club Business MasterCard. Right now, I'm currently on the Alliance Virtual Office website. I'm going to put a link in the description if you would like to take a look at this option for your virtual office. If you want to look at more options with more pricing, please look at my video about virtual offices. I compare all of them. I've tried all of them, and you can pick the one that you like the most if you don't like this one. So I'm just going to type in a quick example. I'm in Las Vegas, Nevada. Let's see what they have for virtual offices in Las Vegas. So really quick and easy. Here's a virtual business address. The price is starting at $50. Okay. Easy, right? Let's go ahead. We're going to add this to our cart, and it gives you the option of customizing mail forwarding. If we're just doing this for the purpose of getting the Sam's Club Business MasterCard, let's just do it in the most cost effective way possible. All right. So as you can see, it's saying that there is a one-time setup fee of $200, a monthly reoccurring charge of $50. If you go up to the top right now, and this may change depending on when you're watching this video, it is April 25th, 2024 at this time. So please keep that in mind. There's a promotion where you can get $175 off of the setup. So by adding that promotion on there, you see before your one-time setup fee was $200. Now it's $25. So for the day, you'll be charged $33.33 for today. Your monthly reoccurring charge will be $50 in order to have this as a virtual address, a virtual office address. And then there is a agreement term of 6 months. So $50 is pretty good, I would say, for a virtual address that is in a business center and that looks very professional. And for the first time, it'll cost you $33.33. So if you're interested in Alliance as a virtual office, I will put the link in the description. But keep in mind, I also have a video that goes over every virtual office and every virtual mailbox if you want to take a look at that. Now, back onto the slide about structuring your business. Now, you're going to want to use a professional business phone number. Now, when it comes to a professional business phone number, what I normally do, I normally go to Google Voice and I lock a number in. Reason why I do that, Google Voice is free. It's no cost. Now, I will say that when you're filling out the application for the Sam's Club Business MasterCard, sometimes they do call you. And if you have a Google Voice number, that can sometimes be the reason why you get denied. So I normally, when I make my business, because when you normally, make your business, you have to have all this information. You need to have an address, a phone number already established. The easiest thing I think you could do is get a Google Voice number for free. And when you're ready, you can take that number and you can port it to a carrier, or you can port it to whatever service you want to port it to. Usually every number is portable. So Google Voice allows you to at least temporarily, well, not temporarily, but as long as you need to, you can lock in that number. So that way you have it, then you can decide where you want to move it later. Now, I have another video where I show you how to get a business phone number with Verizon Wireless. Again, that's no credit check. you can get a business phone number with Verizon Wireless, EIN only, and you can do that within around, I would say, 30 to 45 days of starting your new business. And you can knock this out like simultaneously. If you want to get the Google Voice, set up the business, structure it for 30 days, get your phone line with Verizon. You can watch my video on that. It's pretty straightforward. Then you can go ahead and apply for the Sam's Club Business MasterCard after everything else is done. You guys can follow. There is an order of operations that you can handle this in where you can get all of this done. So that's my recommendation for the business phone number, to basically do it the most cost effective way. Now, your business email, you need to have a business email that's not a Gmail account. I'm going to actually show you in one screen how you could get all of this done at the same time. So for your business email, we're going to come back to that, but I'm going to show you how I use a business email with Shopify, because you also need to have a business website. But when you start a Shopify, you actually get a business email that you can then use for forwarding to a Gmail. But for all intents and purposes, it basically is free and you don't have to pay any additional money for it. Now, applying for your DUNS number, again, this is all stuff that you're gonna be doing in the course of structuring your business initially. So applying for the DUNS number, I did a video on that. You guys could watch that to learn how to apply for that. Obtain a business domain and creating a website. So there's two things that you need to do. The first thing that you need to do is get a business domain name. So a business domain name is just your website name. You're going to want to have this because, again, when you're structuring your business, it needs to look professional. It needs to look like a actual business that's operating and that I could walk into at any point in time. So the first thing that I'm going to show you is a website called HostGator. HostGator is one that I use to get my domain and to get my website name, like successwithstevensmith.com, and my new business. I got the domain name by using HostGator. So I'm on HostGator right now. As you can see, you can start for as low as $3.75 per month. Let's go to get started. Would just go with the hatchling plan because you're really only just using this for the domain name. So let's just go to the hatchling. For my website name, let's just do Steven Smith example. Doesn't really matter. There we go. Steven Smith example, $12.99 for the year. All right. Now, right here where it says choose a hosting plan, you have to pick your billing cycle terms. Now, let's say you planned on keeping this for 3 years. They're going to want to charge you at $3.75 a month for 3 years. Let's say you wanted it for 12 months. It's $4.95. Let's say you wanted it at, 1 month. It's $12.95. So my recommendation is, if you plan on keeping this website for a long time, the most cost effective is the 3 years. If you plan on keeping the website, temporarily, then you could do the 1 month. If you want to, keep it for, see how this goes, I think 12 months is like a good place to actually look at. And now let's see what that does to our price. All right. So the hatchling plan for the year ends up being $87.34. That's going to be the total for your domain name for the entire year. But let's see what it would be if we did month by month. So if you decided to do the domain for just 1 year, then you're looking at $38.93 up front. And then monthly, it'll be $12.95. Okay. So you can kind of play around with this. Different domain names have different costs. You could play around with the months and everything. But if you just needed a quick domain, you could probably get it for, I would say, I've seen as low as $15 depending on the name, and it could go up from there. So I would say like an average, you could probably get away with spending $25 a month and maybe $25 up front, and then $12 or $13 per month, depending on what you want to do. But this is what I normally do. I normally do it for the year because I want to see how it's going to go with whatever domain that I'm using, because it's $38 here. You pay 80 something. It's for the whole year. You don't have to even think about it. So it just depends on how you look at it. To me, that's the most cost effective. It's only, maybe $40 more to have it for the whole year, and I never have to worry. I'd rather just do it for the whole year, but it is up to you which option you would like to do. But this is what I use to get my domain name quickly. All right, and I'm going to leave a link to HostGator at the bottom as well. Now, for my website, I use Shopify. And that's the website that, if you look at mine, successwithstevensmith.com, that's the one that I'm using, but I'm going to tell you why I'm using it. I don't think it's better than Squarespace or it's better than Wix. If you're not selling anything on Shopify, you don't necessarily need it, but I look at what it could do for me as far as price. Now, if you're selling something, definitely, but when you're initially getting started, if you were trying to just create a website that you were going to only need for maybe, let's say, like a month or so, I do think it's a really good option, especially for the very first month. So I'm going to show you why. So with Shopify, you can get a 3-day free trial. You don't have to add any credit card information. And then you get 1 month for $1. All right. So with that, you get a nice amount of time to start your website, and then you don't have to actually, come out of pocket too much money in order to get started, especially if you don't plan on keeping this website. If you don't plan on keeping it after you are, qualified for this stuff, or you plan on reactivating it later, that's fine. I think that this is a very cost-effective way of getting started. And again, you can also get your email with Shopify, your business email. So I'm going to talk about that, and I'm going to show you my business email and how I was able to set that up, the same one that you guys actually will email me on most of the time. Now, before I show you the email, I want to show you Shopify's actual prices. Now, keep in mind, this price that you're seeing here, it's showing that it's $29.99, but that's for the annual price. You save 25% annually. Now, if you go to pay monthly, it's going to cost you $39. So keep that in mind. Your first month is $1. After that, it does go to $39 if you don't have an annual plan, and that's for the basic Shopify store. So bear that in mind. If you're going to do the $1 for the month, try to get that done. If you want to keep it because you like it, cool. If you don't like it, then I recommend looking for something cheaper. But to get started, I think this is definitely the most cost effective, especially for that very first month. Now, this is my domain section of my Shopify store. As you can see, I just took my HostGator domain. You can type it in and search it in here, and you can connect an existing domain name. And it's pretty intuitive, so it walks you through how to add this, but you can go to the domain section of your store, and then you can add that HostGator domain to Shopify. And when you do this, it allows you to create a store email, which you can use for your business email. So that won't be any additional cost to you. So let me show you the business email. And as you can see right here, when I go to my store details, this is my store email. If you actually click on the little pencil that's right here on the side, it gives you the option right here to change your store email. So the reason why I like this more than just getting an actual business email is at any time I can change this and it'll just forward to my Gmail. So I created a Gmail, successwithstevensmith@gmail.com. And then I have my store email, info@successwithstevensmith.com. And it just forwards straight there. So it's like, I can change this email whenever I want to. It didn't cost me any additional money, and it comes with Shopify. So you get to basically kill two birds with one stone. So that's the reason why I recommend this, especially if we're only trying to structure this just to get the Sam's Club Business MasterCard. So I'm going to put a link for Shopify as well in the description, and you guys can check that out. There are also alternative options. So Shopify isn't the only one. Again, there's Squarespace, there's Wix, there's plenty of other places that you can go to and do the same thing. This one is the most cost effective upfront from my experience, and it's the one that I currently use now. Now, you're going to want to register your business with the 411 directories. This is really easy. You just could go to Google, type in register my business 411 directory. It's going to put your phone number in a place where it'll appear online, giving your business more metadata. More metadata makes your business searchable when it's being looked at by possibly an underwriting team for Sam's Club. So, well, for Synchrony Bank, since they're the underwriter. So do that. It's very easy and straightforward. As soon as you do all of this other stuff, you just type it into Google, you add your business information, and you're all set. It's pretty easy. And the last thing that you want to do when structuring your business is opening a business bank account. Now, I know for some people, they're having issues with opening a business bank account depending on the institution that they're going with. So for my first business, one of the business I opened up an account with was NOVO. And NOVO is an online business bank account that you can get. It's easy to get approved for, and especially when you just need to get one right away, because a lot of times some places will require you to have a business bank account. So this is the last part in structuring. I do have a link to there as well. All right, so this is NOVO, streamlining your business finances. It's no monthly fee banking, budgeting, payments, and invoicing all in one. So this one is completely free. It doesn't cost you anything. It works with Stripe, Wise, Square, Shopify, and QuickBooks. So to get started, I recommend that you just sign up for this right away because it's easy and it's free, and you can get your debit card in the mail within like 7 to 10 business days. However, if you're going to be actually operating your business, I always recommend having a major institution, a bank that you can find almost anywhere that you go to, like a Chase, like a Citibank, any type of large financial institution. I recommend that you do have that in conjunction with this. But if you were just trying to get a bank account fast, and trust me when I say, when you have a brand new business and you're trying to get a bank account, it's very hard for them to identify your business because it hasn't been 30 days yet, and it may not show up in the IRS system yet. So this is a really quick way to get a business bank account, get set up with that, and get started, and it's free. So I'm going to put a link into the description, and you guys can check that out as well. Unless you already have a business bank account, then you'll be all good. And that completes the structuring portion of this video. So with everything being completely structured, we want to just make sure that our business website is also structured. Now, I used mine as an example, even though my Success with Stephen Smith website isn't necessarily structured properly, but my new business has a different website. I'm not trying to hide it, but I'm going to actually be using my new business later on for something else. So I just want to not mention it or show it until I'm ready to. So eventually, I was probably like the next 5 to 6 months, but this one right now is good for example purposes. It's a one pager. You want to make sure your business phone number is visible somewhere on the page. Very easy to add with Shopify. You want to make sure that your business email is visible. Again, that's very easy to add. And you want to have your business address visible on the website. So when people go to your website, it looks very professional. They can tell exactly what you're doing, how you're doing it. And, I should be able to know exactly what your business does just by going on to the website. And I should be able to easily contact you and find you and, very, very quickly. The other thing that I want to mention that I did not actually add to the structuring portion is a Google business profile. Now, I want to put an asterisk by this. The first time that I set up a Google business profile, which a Google business profile is just, you can search your business online and you can find it. That's pretty much all it is. I can look your business up and I can find it on Google. There's a Google little panel thing with a phone number and an address. Before, you used to be able to get one of these by Google Business sending you a postcard and you just put the registration code in. Now, the only way for you to register your business on Google profile is to record a video of you actually going into your business and showing that it's operating. Now, here's the thing, because a Google business profile is only supposed to work for storefronts. Here's the thing. If you get a business card, like I got a business card, I made them on Canva. I ordered them. It was like $10. You can record outside of your business virtual address outside. You can record a video of the card, and then you can record yourself walking into the reception at the reception desk. Like if you're in Alliance, there's a reception desk. If you're using something like iPostal One, then you can just record yourself picking up your mail, and you can show them that you're getting something from there. The video should be no more than, I think, like 2 minutes. You want to just do that. You upload it to Google. They'll verify it, and then they'll verify your business. That's the easiest way. If enough people have difficulties with this, I may make a video on it. But I was able to get my new business verified. So, it didn't seem very difficult. And that was just the way that I did it. It seemed very, very easy. And that's the only thing I feel like I possibly could have missed in the structuring portion. Other than that, this is everything that we need. And I'm going to give you an idea of how much all of this will actually cost you a little later. Now, I talked about this before. Net 30 trade lines. I talked about this in my Net 30 video. Now, why am I mentioning this? In order for you to get the Sam's Club Business MasterCard, you want to have a Paydex score of at least 80. That's Dun & Bradstreet score. You want to have a Experian business credit score of at least 80. Equifax business, if I'm being honest, I don't think it's that impactful. But I would at least try to have like a score in like that 150 range, right around there. Now, here is what, again, I wish someone had told me. In order to get your score to generate, I recommend having 6 trade lines reporting to, 5 to 6 reporting to Experian, Dun & Bradstreet, and Equifax business. I'm going to tell you exactly which trade lines to get. These are going to be the most cost effective, and they report quick. Now, most people mention Uline and Quill. I actually mentioned Uline and Quill in my other Net 30 video. Now, keep in mind with Uline and with Quill, when you have a brand new business, I just did this like a month and a half ago. My brand new business, Quill and Uline kept denying me because I did not have my business open long enough. So just keep in mind that if you try to do Uline and you try to do Quill and they do not allow you to do it, you might want to wait 90 days. But of course, if we're trying to get this done the fastest way, we don't want to wait. So I didn't include them on this list, but if you're structuring your business for like, let's say 90 days, those are definitely something that you could look into. If you want it fast, here's the fastest ones that I found and the most cost effective. NAV and NAV Prime. I have a video again. It talks about this. NAV is basically a business credit monitoring service. This will do a couple good things for you. One, it's going to show you your Dun & Bradstreet score, your Paydex score. Actually, I'm sorry. It doesn't show the Paydex score anymore. It shows your business FICO score. It shows your Experian score, and it shows your Equifax business score. But you still want to monitor those. You're able to monitor those. In the past, you were able to monitor Dun & Bradstreet as well. So you're going to get a reporting that's going to go to all 3 of those bureaus. You're going to get the NAV Prime card. It's going to report to all 3. I know that doesn't seem like a big deal, but if you guys are looking at starting and structuring a business and you're getting trade lines, one of the hardest things I had to learn at the beginning was, how do I get all these trade lines to report? Because some of them only report to one place. With NAV, you get 2 that report to all 3 off the bat. Easy. And it's $49.99. Easy off the bat. You already got it. Okay. The next one is Shirtsy. Now, Shirtsy does report to all three. At least in my experience, I've seen it. I've done it. In fact, it's reporting to my new business now. It took around 34, 35 days for these to show up. Now, Shirtsy does cost to set it up $99. There's a $99 setup fee. I'll put a link at the bottom to Shirtsy as well, but it's $99 to start. But you have to, if you just pay for that, it'll report. Now, if you use that to get other things, then that's awesome too, but it does report, which is good. BCC Supplies, they only report to Experian, but Experian is in my opinion, the most important one. Like, while you do need to make sure that all those other scores generate, Five will get it done, but they pull from Experian. They look at Experian for the Sam's Club Business MasterCard. That's what you're working on. Experian Business. That one is $25. Word of caution, I used BCC Supply to get started. They do charge that $25 monthly. Like, Shirtsy's a one-time charge. BCC Supplies is a $25 reoccurring charge. I didn't realize it was reoccurring. I tried to cancel with them. It took me a long time. I tried to call them. I sent about 3 emails. Eventually, they did cancel it. So I didn't get charged. I got charged twice initially and then the following month. But they canceled my account, so I didn't get charged again. But just keep in mind, a lot of these you can cancel because these business trade lines, in my experience, once they report one time, you really don't have to keep them up. You could try to do like maybe 1 or 2 months for good measure, but after that, they stay on there for a pretty good amount of time. They don't really go anywhere. So I think you should just get what you need for like a month or two and then cancel it. Don't keep it up. NAV you may want to keep because it is a good monitoring service. And if you end up using the NAV Prime card very often, then, it may make sense for you. But, that's up to your discretion. eCredible Business Lift. eCredible Business Lift reports to all three. And it's I'm gonna get to the end with the price. I think it's around $14.95 or $19.99, but I'm gonna show you at the end. They report to all three, and if you have Alliance Virtual Office, you can actually report your virtual address as an additional trade line, and it'll report to Equifax Business. Okay, so that's why I put 2 trade lines here for eCredible, because you can add your virtual address as a additional utility bill that will report. And then AtoB Gas Card. AtoB Gas Card is fairly easy. I talk about this one. You can get this when you first set up your business. Very, very simple. They do have a $35 one-time fee to set up. And then after that, you can use it to get gas anywhere that Visa is accepted. So that one reports to Experian. And the good thing is it reports as a revolving account. So not only do you get a couple net 30s, the NAV Prime card and the AtoB Gas Card report to your business credit Experian as revolving. It looks like you have credit cards. That actually will aid you into getting qualified for the Sam's Club Business MasterCard. All right. So I've given it to you: 6 trade lines for Experian, 5 trade lines for Dun & Bradstreet, Equifax Business, 5 trade lines. These are the most cost-effective ones. I've done this in the last 30 days. So as of April 25th, 2024, I can confirm this is accurate, up-to-date information, and that you will have, 5 to 6 trade lines that will give you a good business credit score. My recommendation is the day that you set up your business, do this all in the same day. I did it all in the same day. I set up my business. I got my Google Voice number. I made my website. I got all of these trade lines. I just got on my computer on a Friday, did it all. Took me maybe 3-4 hours to do it all. It doesn't take that long to make a website. It don't take that long to do anything. And I got I applied for the DUNS number same day. I did everything in the same day and just sat back and just waited 30 days. So you want to be, again, at least an 80. An 80 puts you in the low risk business scale. Lenders and suppliers are likely to see you as a business and that you're reliable and that it is low risk. To be honest, the moment you have net 30s report, you're going to see you probably start out at an 85. Most of you will. Now, depending on your business SIC code, which is the type of industry that you're in, you may see your business score drop when you enter in your SIC code. There's one more thing that I recommend that you use, but you don't necessarily have to do it. It's up to your discretion, but I just want to show it to you anyway. Now, this is Experian Business. What I recommend that you do when you're first starting your business, when you use NAV does report your business to the major business credit bureaus, but you can also go here and you can report your business to them. All right. Now, they actually offer a service that you can use where you can update your business information online. So if you go to get your report now, well, you'd have to type in your company name and put in all the information. You can get your business report. I'm going to show you what that report looks like as a sample, and I'm going to get into why this is important. All right, this is a sample of an Experian business report. See how it shows your business address. It shows your business name. It shows the different branches and locations. It shows your sales. It shows how long you've been in business. It shows your SIC code, which is the type of business that you are, and also your NAICS code. Now, depending on what this code is, can actually change your business score. Some business industries are riskier than others. But for the most part, you'll generally see that you're at an 80 to 85 range when you initially start. Now, if you sign up for Experian Business, it is $189 for the year, but you get access to this report, and they don't show it here on this example, but you can actually click on any of these sections and click update. In about a week to, I would say, 2 weeks, someone through Experian Business will go in there and update your account to the changes. Here's why this is important. Let's say that you finally have your business credit score through Experian, but then you get to the Sam's Club, you apply, you have an 85, you have 6 to 5 trade lines that are reporting to Experian, Paydex score is good, everything's good, business phone number is set, everything's great, right? Let's say that you get denied, and they say when you get your letter, they couldn't verify your business. If you go to Experian and look at this report, you might notice your name was spelled wrong. You may notice the phone number's not there. You may notice the SIC code is not there. You may notice that how many employees you have isn't there. This report needs to perfectly match everything that you put on your application. If it does not perfectly match, more than likely you will get denied. Now, me personally, the first 2 times I got denied, I had a friend who was also getting these credit cards. He had 2 of them. He put me on to this, and he told me, go to this, edit it, make sure that everything is the exact same to Dun & Bradstreet, to Experian Business, to Equifax Business. Like, make sure everything is the exact same. Now, I'm not saying that you have to do this, because you can actually go to the Experian Business website and there's a contact form. You can email them and ask them to update the information. But for me, I feel like this is very easy. I can update it at my leisure. I can make sure that it's right. It gives you your business credit score. It gives you your your stability risk. It gives you your SBFE risk rating. It gives you your payment trade lines. Like, as you can see here, this one is 66. I think on mine I have like 5 or 6 right now, but they'll all show up here, right? It'll show payment exercises, small business financial exchange, your trade line experiences. So it'll show like all of your different net 30s, your different accounts, your recent balances. Like, everything's going to be here for you. It'll show your business inquiries. Everything is going to be there for Experian. And you can manage it. You can change it. You could even contact them and ask them to remove hard inquiries. All of that, right? So this is just a sample. Maybe if you guys are interested in this, or there's more inquiries about how this works with Experian Business, I'll do a video on this. This is just something I wanted to put on the radar in case you get a denial. My recommendation would be to go here and make sure everything is correct. Now, if you're starting a brand new business, you probably will not have this issue as often unless something was entered in incorrectly. But if you made sure everything was the same, that's why I said do it all on the same day. Everything the same and just wait. If you have an old business, maybe you had different addresses, maybe you had different phone numbers, it gets a little bit tougher because now you have to go back and make sure everything is right everywhere. But for, new businesses, this will probably already be correct because you're going to be filling out all this information at the same time. So shouldn't be any issues there or any discrepancies. All right, so we can get back to the slide now. All right, so I created a little invoice to let you know how much it's going to cost you to structure your business in order to get the Sam's Club Business Master, your business license. I did a range. I'm in Nevada. I have one of the highest cost of starting a business. I always do corporations. You can do LLCs. Again, it just depends on your business preference. I'm not saying one is better than the other. It just depends on you. My license costs $725. So there's some people who theirs is as low as I believe it can be as low as $50, depending on your state. So I can't say what it's going to be. Just know that it can vary for you. Yours could be 400, yours could be 200, yours could be 100, it could be 3. It varies by state. So I just did an average ballpark. Again, mine is very high, but I think that mine's the second highest. So it's only one other state that'll have a higher cost than what mine is. Now, business license, again, varies by state, $200. I put OTC here for one-time charge. And let me try to zoom in. There we go. One-time charge, $200. Virtual address, if you go with Alliance, the initial cost was, remember, right around $30, $33. So let's just say $35. The price monthly is $50. It's going to be $49 for Nav Business Builder. And then that's going to be $49 per month. eCredible Lift is $19.95 upfront and per month. HostGator, I just said around $60. I gave an average of if you did, let's say, the monthly or the yearly. If you do it for the year, you could probably get around $60. It just depends on your domain name and the type. So I just put 60 if you do it for the year, and it would be a one-time charge for that year. If you do Shopify, it is $1 basically to start, but it could potentially be $39.99 a month if you keep it, but it does give you your business email as well. Shirtsy, $99 one-time charge. AtoB Gas Card, $35, and that's a one-time charge. I think I missed BCC Supplies, $25 with a $25 monthly charge, but you can cancel that, after it's been reported 1 or 2 months. Now, with that being said, the total that you're looking at is $524.94. That is the total that you are looking at upfront to really get your business started and to get it structured properly. Now, I didn't add up the monthly charge. I have that all here because it can vary, and it just depends on what you're doing. And it depends on if you decide to cancel it after you get the Sam's Club Business MasterCard, because you could keep it going until you get the card and then stop. If that was the only purpose in you doing this. So I didn't add that. And I also mentioned that this is without a phone. And, if I was to create an invoice and you were being charged for this is what I think it would look like. So for average, I think you'd be looking at somewhere between, maybe, as I think you could probably get away with potentially as low as $430 to maybe as high as again, depends on your state, maybe as high as $1,000. It all depends. But if you were trying to structure your business anyway, these are things you're probably going to pay for. But again, this was something that I didn't know at first. And then I was paying for so many different trade lines. I was, to try to get a business score. And I wish I just knew I could just get a couple of these. And these were the most cost effective. Now, if you find anything else that works better than these, drop them in the comments. This is just from my experience. I just did this recently. For me, this was the most cost-effective way that I tried. And of course, if you change your virtual address, if you maybe find something other than HostGator, if you find something other than Shopify or Shirtsy or whatever, whatever the case may be, this can change. This is just basically me saying I did all the work of gathering all this information. I put it all in one place for you to not have to spend time or energy doing it. And this was the total, or what I expect to be the total, in order for you to structure your business up front. You may have to spend this much money in a day. And if I missed anything, then I'm sorry. You could let me know in the comments. That way other people know. I tried to cover everything I thought that it could possibly be. Because I want you to understand that in order to get this Sam's Club Business MasterCard, this is the kind of thing that you're going to have to do initially. And this is the thing that people don't mention. Now, one other thing that I didn't add on here, in order for you to apply for the Sam's Club Business MasterCard, you need to be a Sam's Club member. You need to be a Sam's Club member. Now, I didn't include that on here because if you're already a member, then that may not mean anything to you. If you're not a member, well, I believe that there's other benefits to that. That's just something that you definitely need. I didn't include it here, but if you want, my recommendation would be the day you start your business, if you don't have a Sam's Club membership, consider getting one that day. It's good if you have the account open for at least like 30 days before you apply, and then use it a little bit if you would like. But you do need to have a membership in order to apply for this card at all. If approved, you will either get the Sam's Club store card, probably with an $8,000 limit. It will not have a MasterCard logo, and you can use it at Sam's Club or Walmart. It'll be just like having a credit card that you could use at Sam's Club or Walmart. And this is it right here. Same thing. It'll say Sam's Club credit, no MasterCard logo. All right. You will get qualified for the MasterCard Blue. That's the standard membership. When you sign up for a membership with Sam's Club, that membership is $50. Right? That's just for you to be able to be a Sam's Club member. Now, if you get the Sam's Club Plus membership, you'll have a black Sam's Club credit card. It won't be the blue one like this one where it says Sam's Club member. It'll be the black one that says Sam's Club Plus member. So with the Sam's Club Plus membership, it's $110. You can get, I believe, early access to Sam's Club, where you can go into the store an hour early. Whenever they open up, they give the Plus members that initial hour that the regular members can't go in. So that's one benefit. You also get an additional 2% cash back, and you get Sam's cash back. So if cash back was a big deal to you, I'll talk about that in another video, and why I wanted this card, because it was really for rewards. But if the rewards sound good to you, 5% back on gas, things like that, the Plus membership might make sense overall. There's a lot of good benefits, but again, that's a different video. I have that too. And again, you will need a membership to apply for this card. My recommendation is doing everything at the same time. Start your business, get your net 30s, build your website out. I know it sounds like a lot, but really it's very easy. Shopify makes it easy to make that quick website. Everything's fairly easy. When you're doing it, you can do it all in one day. Knock it out. And then after that, you just wait 30 days. And to be honest, all of this will also get you qualified for the Verizon phone with no credit check. So if you want to get your, if you're doing this anyway, you might as well go ahead and get your phone with Verizon with their business with their business account as well. You might as well just do that. All right. It is time to apply. If you've done all the steps in this video, I know it's been a long video, but I wanted to make sure, because I know when it comes to business credit cards, some people will tell you there are no credit cards that you can get without a personal guarantee. Some people lead you to believe that there are many options without a personal guarantee. In my personal experience, there are some credit cards that you can get without a personal guarantee. But usually those cards require you to have a certain amount of money in the bank in order to be able to get them. This one does not require that. From my research, this is like the only real credit card that you could get with no PG, with a wonderful limit and a lot of benefits. So it's time to apply. You used to have to print out your application and go down to Sam's Club, stand in line and apply there. You can still do that, but you no longer have to. You can actually do it online now. You don't have to go inside of Sam's Club. So let's go to samsclub.com. So now we are on samsclub.com. If you are already a member, you're familiar with the website. If not, then you can sign up. And then once you sign up, we are going to go to Sam's Club Credit. Once you go to Sam's Club Credit, you're going to see this. It's going to show Sam's Club plus member, plus members can earn 5% back at Sam's Club, how it works. And again, it's only going to be the black card if you signed up for the Sam's Club Plus membership. I don't think that having a plus membership or a regular membership affects whether or not you qualify for this card. There's just a few more additional perks that you get when you do sign up as a plus member. But since we're a business, we're going to scroll down to the bottom. Right here, it says own a business. Apply for Sam's Club business credit card. All right. So we're going to go to apply now. All right. So when you go to apply now, it's going to automatically enter your membership number. And then after that, you're just going to enter in your business information, your federal tax ID, your business address. You're going to enter all your information. Then you're going to enter your applicant information. So first name, last name. There's going to be an option that asks you to personally guarantee it. You're going to skip that. Don't add your social at all to this application. Do not add your social at all. It's going to show you where doing a social or doing a personal credit check is optional. You don't have to do it. You're going to go through the options, agree to add in everything, agree to the terms and conditions, and you will get your results. Now, there's a good chance that when you get your results, they are going to ask you to call them and you're going to speak with Synchrony Bank. When you get on the phone with Synchrony Bank, they're probably going to ask you for it's going to be like a rec number. They're going to ask you for, or a reference number. They're going to ask you for that. It should be on the screen. You provide them with that reference number. They're going to ask you a couple of questions about your business, your address, your name. They're going to confirm that with you. Just make sure that you answer it all accurately. They're going to ask for your EIN number, all of that good stuff. Once they ask you for all of that, they're going to put you on a brief hold. In my experience, they usually try to call your business, and then they're going to be on the back end verifying information. Now, if you don't get a phone call, that's okay. They're just probably on the back end just verifying all the information is correct. Now, if your business was structured properly, we did everything in this video, we follow all the exact steps, then congratulations. You should be approved for either the store card or the MasterCard. Now, your initial limit will probably be $8,000. That was my starting limit, and I was approved for the store card for my first business. For my first business, when I was approved for the store card, I used it very actively to make very large purchases. Now, I did make large purchases because I was using it to buy inventory, so I was making money, then paying it back. I was making my money within 30 days. I think that's now, in hindsight, very risky. I don't recommend that you do that, but that's just what I did. Once you use it for about 90 days since it opened, you can request a credit line increase within the app. I suggest that you do that. When I did that, I raised my credit line from 8,000 all the way to around 13, 14,000. And then a few months later, 3 months later, I raised it to 20,000. Once that was done, I then reapplied inside of Sam's Club for the MasterCard, and I was approved for the MasterCard. Same thing, 8,000 limit. Did the same thing, repeated the process, and had a $20,000 business credit card. Now, since then, starting my new business and getting these other credit cards, I did dissolve that business, my original one that I had, and I no longer have that credit card, but I do have my credit card with Sam's Club for my new business now. All right. And that one I did personally guarantee because I wanted to basically skip the steps of doing the structuring. I skipped the steps. Well, I didn't have to skip it because either way, what's funny enough, the first time I applied, even with great credit, I got denied. I got denied because my information wasn't accurate. I had to go back and update it. So, even with good credit, you still want to make sure at the very least that they can verify your business and that everything's up to par, even if you want to get approved with great credit. So go figure, right? Anyway, I hope that this was the most comprehensive guide that you have gotten to getting the Sam's Club Business MasterCard with no personal guarantee. I think this is going to be the best step-by-step guide that you're going to find on YouTube. Hopefully, I answered every question. If you have any additional questions for me, please drop them in the comment section. I will answer them as fast as possible. I am leaving links to HostGator, to Shopify, to Shirtsy, to NOVO. I'm going to leave links to all of the things that I use to set up my business, to Alliance Virtual Office. And again, if you guys want to look at other options, I have plenty of videos now that you can check about structuring, about other Net30 accounts that you could potentially use. And I have also more information about, virtual mailboxes and virtual offices, the difference between a virtual mailbox and a virtual office. And then, you'll see the difference in cost there as well as you do your research and your due diligence. My suggestion is to go back, watch previous videos, come up with the outline plan, pick the ones that you're going to get, know how many you're going to report, and then in one day, start your business, get your, start your website, get your net 30s, all in the same day, get your DUNS number, get everything done, and then get your Sam's Club membership, wait 30 days. For my new business, I would say at 30 days, I only had 2 trade lines report. And it's funny, like almost with 2 trade lines, I was able to get my Verizon account. And then I want to say 3 days after that, then 2 or 3 more popped up. And I was like, oh, okay, well, so 30, 35, 36, roughly, let's say let's say 45 to 60 at the most. And you'll probably have everything reporting and you're good to go. Okay. Hopefully you'll get this on the first try. If not, even with 2 months, you're better than me. It took you half the time. And this is just what I learned applying for this card and getting this card on 3 different occasions. And even though it took a lot of time. So thank you if you watch this video all the way through. I appreciate you guys that actually can tolerate watching these videos all the way through. I know they're extensive, but I don't want to have to break it into parts and make you have to watch multiple videos to provide information that I could have provided in one video. It doesn't make sense to me to do that to anybody. So thank you for listening to me. Thank you for tolerating the long video.